Hello my friends, and a very warm welcome back to my painting channel. And in this video I'm going to be addressing a few really great questions about how I figure out and use different paint brands from different companies, but to get similar sort of color tones and textures in my paintings. Now, a few people have been asking me about what the Citadel alternative to a Vallejo paint or the scale 75 would be. And the answer is quite simple. I use an app here called Mini Paints, and this app is a fantastic app where this has got a big sort of large sort of collection of all different paints from different brands. And it has a really cool set of features where you can search for a paint or a brand, and it will give you alternative paints in a similar sort of tone. And using the app in a very simple way, you can actually find paints that will suit a similar color or a similar idea, but without going too extreme or without it being too complicated. And I'll kind of show you that in a moment. But this app does do a lot of different things as well. It has things like a barcode reader, so you can scan certain paint brands and add them to a library so that the app knows what sort of library of paints you've got. It does things like the color wheel as well, and gives you sort of complementary tones and complementary colors. So if you've got sort of a nice shade of green, it will give you the opposite, and what colors sort of complement that in a nice, easy, quick and simple to use fashion. Now, the reason why I use a lot of different paints on my channel, which is always quite interesting, is I like to paint with different things. I do believe that every paint company has its own unique features, and they all have their own strengths and weaknesses. The other thing to remember is I am not affiliated with any brand or company, so I am just a small independent painter. I'm not a big YouTube star or anything like that. I'm not a massive painter. I'm not well known, anything along those lines. It's literally just I enjoy painting miniatures, so therefore I collect paints for myself to be able to paint in different ways. And sometimes I'll get an idea and I'll see a set of paints and I think that is going to be a perfect set for certain things, like the Eldar set that I painted on my channel recently. I had the scale 75 blue set specifically to paint those Eldar because I wanted that for my own army. So that's kind of how I work, is I like to collect different paints for different kinds of jobs. But this app is a really cool app, and I'll just give you an idea and show you kind of how this works through my phone. So here's my phone now, just on my desk, and that's all I'm going to do is quickly put in dark rust 302, which is a dark brown color from Vallejo. And if you've watched any of my videos, you'll know this is one of my favorite colors. And this will then give me a lot of choices. So once I click and select that color, as you can see, it will give me a lot of different options and different colors here and how to compare which one. Now in Citadel, you could use Rhinox Hide, and that would be a very close, very easy to use alternative to this Dark Rust 302. So if I'm using Dark Rust 302 and you want to follow along, but you're a Citadel user, then you can easily use Rhinox Hide to do the same job. See how simple and easy that is? That is a perfect, quick little app to use. Now, to give you another example, I'm going to use scale 75 as an example. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for one of the blue colors that I know are a little bit more difficult to find, because I know sometimes the scale 75 isn't available in everyone's areas, and I know it's not a sort of paint that is quite easy to find, although I enjoy to use it to paint. So what I'll do is I'll just take a quick look through, and then we'll go through and see how this works. So using the app and doing exactly the same thing as what we've just done, we're just going to quickly type in the name of the paint, because you can use either the name or you can use the model number of the paint depending on which paint brand you're using. So we're going to look for this Amarth Blue, which is a nice middle blue. This is scale 75 fantasy and games color, as you can see there. Now once we select this color, then this is going to give us a lot of different choices. Now it says there's no results to compare in the AK Interactive. None for Citadel, but there is for Citadel Color Air, Calth Blue Clear. Now we'll try this. So we can see just at the top here, the colors are not quite the same. It has a similar sort of property and it does look good, but it's not quite there. So as we keep scrolling, we have the Army Painter. Now Crystal Blue looks quite close. So if we click on there, that is pretty much as close as we're going to get. So if you can't get scale 75 in your area, we could still use the Crystal Blue to get the same kind of tone and the same kind of technique. And there you go, it's as easy as that. So we can use this app then to mix and match different colours and to pick the different colours and tones from different brands that we would like to use. There are a few other different options online. I know there's a few different forums, like Daka has a really good sort of colour chart forum as well, but I found this through my painting experience to be very, very simple, very easy and quick to use as well. All in all, I really hope that this has given you guys a little bit of a clearer way or a little bit of an easier way of looking into how I pick and choose the different paints for my painting process, and I really hope that this gives you the information that you need to sort of find the paints in your area that you'd like to use as well. As you can see from my shelves, I use a lot of different paints from a lot of different brands, and I really enjoy using a real good mixture of different colours and different tones as well. So, as I say, thank you so much for such a great question, but also thank you for all of the support, positivity, and viewing that you've been doing lately. Some of the questions and some of the input that you guys have had have really helped this channel to grow in a fantastic, fantastic way, and I thank you all so much for that. I really do appreciate it. Take care, my friends, and I will see you soon for the next one.